Guess what? We're back working on the workbench project and have a bit of an issue. So I got it all built. I have the top pieces here now today, but I'm checking to see if they fit, and I have it pretty well. It's not really lined up here yet, but I'd say that's pretty close. And then on this end, you have a whole 1.5 inches of space. Pull this up so it's a bit more level, but it's flat against here. So when I built this had this piece 1 inch too long because I didn't account for this. I don't know if I was going to have it where this was on the inside and I messed up and I had it there, but it always feels every time I build something I screw it up. So what I'm going to do to fix this is I'm just going to go down on this end, get everything, just unbolt everything, well, unscrew everything, and then I'm going to take a inch, maybe 1.5 inches or whatever off of these. Maybe I'll do a bit more so I have a bit of an overhang on this. And then before we screw this down, I have a total of 3 of these over here. And I'm going to get these other ones and get these set in there and see how those look before I actually go ahead and screw it on. But first, one of the things I want to work on is this end piece. When I screwed it in the last time, I screwed it in a bit too far, and I split the wood here. And I split it there too. So I have this piece now, which I just got along with these or something. So I'm gonna cut this down a little bit first, just so I can have it ready. And then after that, I'm gonna work on undoing all of these, and hopefully that will make everything a lot easier. I'll be back soon. Go ahead and cut this. The saw has seemed to work a lot better now. So that's should be ready to go. Hopefully sometime soon I get the lights sorted out over here. Once I get the lights sorted out, I'm going to make another garage update, but I have to mess with those first. So, plug the dehumidifier back in. Should hopefully be ready to run now. Remove this board. We had a lot of rain today, so it's definitely quite humid. I don't think I'm going to be opening this door over here, so I'll just lean that board up against the door. How does that look? I guess, what am I doing? I guess I'll start the disassembly process. I'll have to unscrew the legs first. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do that since there's screws underneath the screws, which is kind of a unusual thing. But I guess that's how I built it. And it's a bit unlevel because the garage floor is unlevel. I also don't know how I'm gonna keep this from falling. I gotta get something over here to sit under this, just to keep it from falling or whatever. Let's see what I got. I got a garbage bin, but I have a bunch of stuff sitting on top of it right now. So I have to relocate that. I have this other garbage bin that could work. In the 5-gallon bucket. Use the 5-gallon bucket here. And then get the garbage bin. The floor seriously this unlevel that it's only sitting on? It's outrageous. I hope I don't have to open this door for any reason. Good enough. So with this out of the way, it should just be that go? Found it. As the story goes, it's not a video without a freak show. And this video, I think I made a mistake once already. Yeah, I made a major mistake once. My second and hopefully last major mistake with this project. This wood here is still a bit moist from the rain. I'm going to reassemble those a bit different, I think. Now I remove this. How loose this is, doesn't really hold up too well. Maybe I should get another board and screw it along the top here to kind of help hold it in place. I also don't know if the jigsaw will be thick enough to cut through this, because I don't really want to get the circular saw out for this. Nor do I want to tear it all the way down to the other side to get the circular saw on this end. I guess I could use the Sawzall, but I don't really have a good way to hold it safely. Same with the circular saw. I'll see if this works with the Sawzall. I mean, not Sawzall, jigsaw. This should be fine. Probably put a couple inches, make a couple inches off of this here. Let me see how I'm doing on film. We should have plenty of time. Might be enough to get this reassembled and get the top put back on. But the thing that might take a while is finding the tape measure, because I've misplaced the tape measure, which is kind of a normal issue that I face. I'm going to look for the tape measure. I'll resume the video when I find it. It's been found. But something I haven't found yet is a speed square. I still need to obtain one of those. So, we'll see how this goes without doing it with the speed square. It was only slightly misplaced. It was kind of around the area where I thought it was. This also means I'm going to have to disconnect the dehumidifier. Maybe I could do this with a circular saw. I don't know if I will or if I won't. Might be better to do it with the circular saw, I think. I don't know where you can put that Sharpie at, so I'm going to mark something else quickly, but I probably saw me put it down, which I just found where I put it at. Of course, this is bad. This board right here is like horrifically warped, which doesn't really help. It's not long enough to go that way. It's a good way to hold this. I gotta remark this. I screwed this up. Or maybe the circular saw is the way to go. Now I just have to figure out where I put that too, because it's also been misplaced like everything else I own. This whole entire time, it was sitting right over there on top of the punching bag. I had it sit on the ground, but then we had nasty flooding, so I took it off the ground. So, I'm gonna see... Is this tool right here? It should work, I just have to adjust this a bit differently if I can figure out how this works. It's locked in. Okay, that won't even work either. Guess I'll take the cutting 2 inches off might be a bit too much. I'm gonna modify this piece of wood to help me cut a piece of wood. This is getting quite intense now. Oops. This is really hard to do with one hand. Should be right. It's a little less than 2, but it should be good enough. Maybe this one might work, I don't know. Oh god, it's this one. 2 1/4. We'll do the 2 1/4. So I just went through all that hassle of cutting that, and it wasn't even worth it. Whatever. It's good enough, I guess. Seriously, this hard to remove a cap on one of these now? Question is, which saw am I going to use? I'll probably just use the jigsaw because I think this might be the safest. Cutting. Yeah, I think the circular saw would have been better. I also had sawdust flying directly in my face, and I am aware I'm not wearing the I'm not wearing the proper safety equipment for this, but I think it's fine as of right now for something this small. I don't have the cordless drill right here, so I'm going to have to do the screw placement on this by hand. So what I'm just going to do, because I have the stud here, I'm just going to self-tap the screws into this. Well, where was the one I took off? It's right here. Let's see how similar these look. That's spot on. So, I have that. I have the screws, so I'm just going to take screws and kind of run them like this. Do this on the ground. also well aware I'm not wearing proper footwear. Nor do I care right now. Probably get hurt eventually, so not a good thing. See how this goes. Do this side first. Well, where you can't see what's going on in the camera. Oh, damn. That's it. See, that looks pretty good. Now we just start to put the legs back on. So, do that. This is going to be a very annoying and tedious process, so I don't know if I want to film this or not. Thread these in. That means they're just ready to go. These screws are slightly too long, I'll just back them out a slight bit. next one, which is going to be very difficult as well. Should be able to finish this part of the video tonight, and I just realized how that trash can is sitting on that bucket. That's kind of sus. Never realized to think about using my foot for this. Ah, shit. This one's not going to be nearly as perfect as the other side, but I also think these pieces are slightly warped. And because of this redesign, I'm saving 2 screws because originally, for whatever reason, I used 3 screws to hold these on, because I'm pretty sure I used one as like a initial fit, and then the other is just the actual screw. And I placed one of them behind me, which I just found. No holes on this side. Spectacular. I still got to work on. This is still kind of warped down here, so I have to work on this. Going to make a piece of wood that's just kind of wide enough to fit along both of those, and then I'm just going to run it in kind of like behind from there to there as a brace. So I'm getting 1 2x4 that I actually took out of there, and I'm going to use that. So first I'm going to calculate, we'll measure the distance between both of these inner leg boards. (18 3/4). Oh wait, this one's like this random border just had here sitting on the ground. It's like perfect. Okay, just use this. I'll just shim the end off, I guess, a little bit. It'd also help if the saw was plugged in. That should probably work a bit better. There's a stub sticking out the backside of that one, so... How much film do we have left? Okay. 25 seconds. I'm just going to end this off here. Thank you very much for watching and keep the breeze.